So it's reported that Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin is officially going to happen. Now, I made a video called Gervonta Davis versus who? Gervonta Davis versus what? Gervonta Davis versus huh? Because I was very flustered with the fact that Gervonta Davis is not facing certain fighters that are of his caliber, or who I believe is of his caliber. I know people in the comments saying, oh, Pedraza, oh, Gamboa, oh, all these. Come on, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Those guys are all cool, great, I wouldn't say great, but very good fighters. But it's clear Gervonta Davis is clearing everybody. Everybody like that level at least. So when I was making that video, my intention was him fighting top level. The cream of the crop, just like himself. I like Gervonta. And this is what I mean by facing the cream of the crop. This is what I like to see. Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. Beautiful. Now, after Frank Martin, sadly pulled out of the Shakur Stevenson fight, that would have been a great fight. It seemed like he was fishing for a bigger fish. That being Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's hear the report, and I'll be chiming in between.
Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So it has finally been announced Gervonta Tank Davis' next opponent will be Frank Martin. According to reports, both fighters have agreed to all terms, and they should be fighting the end of spring or the beginning of summer. This means Gervonta Tank Davis will be out of the ring for over a year when he returns. This was a really interesting fight because this is the first time Gervonta Tank Davis is facing an undefeated Black American slick fighter. Both Davis and Martin, they know each other very well. They sparred against each other.
Undefeated Black slick boxer. Okay, let's take the slick part out, right? Undefeated Black boxer. His first time. Honestly, I think this fight's going to be really good, but I'll give my thoughts after the report.
And according to both of them, they did really well in sparring. At 135, outside of Shakur Stevenson, this is the best opponent that Gervonta Tank Davis could have faced. Even though Frank Martin didn't look good in this last fight, I believe we're going to see the best version of Frank Martin when he fights against Davis. Although I still see Gervonta winning this fight, this is a great test for Gervonta. Frank Martin, he did a great job of redeeming himself from that whole situation of pulling out the Shakur Stevenson fight. He hinted a couple weeks ago that he had a big announcement, and a lot of us were assuming he hinted a couple weeks ago that he had a big announcement, and a lot of us assumed it had to be the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and it turned out it was. So this is great news. Finally, the anticipation is over, and we now know who Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, so I definitely think this is a amazing fight for both fighters. Let me start by saying this is an amazing fight for both fighters. I'm definitely happy that Frank Martin got this fight, an opportunity to fight a big name like Gervonta Davis, and I'm happy that Gervonta is actually stepping up in competition. Yes, he stepped up to Ryan Garcia, but everyone clearly said Ryan Garcia is going to win that fight. Yes, I went against the grain and said Ryan Garcia just for the fucking hell of it. Even in that video, I did say that I don't believe Ryan will really win. Obviously Gervonta is the answer, but my point is Gervonta is actually stepping up to the cream of the crop. Frank Martin, honestly, I think he's going to definitely be underrated because there's not many people he doesn't have a big name. He doesn't have a big name like Shakur or Devin Haney, but if you actually watch boxing, Frank Martin is a killer. Granted, his last fight, he didn't look too well. He kind of had, he's kind of reserved in his last fight. I don't think he could fight like that against Gervonta, and I don't think he will fight like that against Gervonta Davis. I think he will put his best foot forward, and I'm honestly super interested in seeing what he provides and brings to this fight. I do think this is a real test. Gervonta's most real test that he's had in his career. This is, I think, Frank Martin is his, the opponent to really show, put Gervonta to the test nonetheless. I'm happy, especially after I made that video, not saying Gervonta, I'm the reason why Gervonta's, picking Frank Martin, but I'm just happy to see Gervonta actually step up in competition and, fully display his skills because I want to see how good Gervonta is. You know, we've obviously seen him knock out people, and that brings a massive crowd with massive fans. But to me, I like seeing the sweet science. I do like seeing knockouts, but I want to see them come in ways where it's like, okay, it's not a layup, you know, but then I know people are going to say, oh, Gervonta's just that good. That's why it looks like a layup. Yes, of course, he's good. But I want to see people of his caliber face off, you know, with him. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin is officially happening. Frank Martin definitely recovered from that Shakur Stevenson fight, you know, pulling out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm out. Peace. Back.